Hello everyone, Elijah here. I want to welcome you all to another EP7 RTA video. Today was supposed to be a Riolet showcase, however, due to the fact that Riolet typically, for some reason, would always get banned whenever I drafted him, I do have some games here where I do get to draft him, but it'll just be a general RTA video. No real showcase. I did rebuild my Peira, so I did draft her for one of these games, maybe two of them. I am not for sure, but we will see. These are all pre-recorded like a day or two ago, so I'll just be voicing over them. But I decided to go for my usual aggro draft, Sea Lilius, Spectre, and I'm kind of like opening most of my drafts to be able to draft Riolet in some way so that I could actually test him out in RTA. I don't really know if Adventure Ross is really a good pick here, only because it slows down what I'm doing, you know? I think Amelia, if I had Amelia built, she would have been a better pick there to complement Sea Lilius, but it is what it is. So here I go ahead and draft. They only have one cleanser here, right? So I was like, I could bring a debuffer and just ban their cleanser. So I bring like Solitaria, and then I go into Riolet for my last pick. Since I kind of just go off the fact that they should ban Solitaria is what I was thinking, but that isn't the case. They end up banning Riolet, which I guess maybe makes sense, but they have Huayan, so I don't really think Riolet was somebody that needed to be banned. They pick AOL. Do I ban AOL? Oh, I think I do. I do it because of the fact that if Riolet gets unbuffable, or no, do I? Oh, nope, I ban Huayan. Either one of those bans, AOL or Huayan, I think I was just fully expecting them not to get rid of. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting them to ban Riolet because they had Huayan, but I guess because, I don't know, I guess they predicted my ban. Uh, I would think that they would think that I would ban AOL or something, but I guess not. I go ahead and do Rip the S3. This entire match is really dependent on me being able to, I guess, control the AOL so I don't have to deal with her, messing up my Spectre. I should have maybe pushed back Designer Lilibet, but I resisted I essentially resisted the turn reset, which my Solitaria does have ER. I mean, she has a little bit of ER. I think the ER threshold is enough to not get debuffed by units that don't have F-res. I don't know. You can see, oh, all my units and gear will be in the end of this video, so feel free to check that out. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy the video. And let me know how the RTA season is going for you. I'm really looking forward to the collab that's coming out very soon because of the fact that I'm hoping for something new, something meta-changing, meta-breaking. I don't know. I'm saving my Mola for those collab heroes. I hope they're like actually really meta-defining. But yeah, essentially after this, after I kill the AOL, I'm basically safe. It's really just kill the AOL and just try to keep everybody else debuffed. Just control everybody else. Like if the Mercedes never gets their turn in, then she's kind of useless. I just have to kind of just keep Spectre alive. Just protect the Spectre. It's kind of what's going on currently. I think they were trying to prep for an S3 here, maybe? I feel like they should have just, like, sent it. They could have either, like, soul burn right there into the Aros and killed him, or to then kill the Sea Lilius, right? Because my Sea Lilius is very squishy. They can see that my Sea Lilius is, you know, 12k HP. Like, she's not a tanky unit whatsoever. Oh, and this is where, because see, now I have the time to put defense buff up, which then makes it a lot harder for that APOC to kill. I think they now finally send the S3. I think they should have done it earlier when the defense buff wasn't up, because then this happens, so they don't kill. And I think it's kind of, the match is over. Especially because my Spectre got pulled in, right? And I have Soul Burn, yeah, the match is over. I guess I was a little lucky in the end. But yeah, it was, because that Mercedes did counterattack. So I did get a little bit of lucky there. So when I made the decision to rebuild my Peira, it was purely for the fact that I wanted to play a lot more aggressive. The issue with playing aggressive is that my account doesn't have a bridge, or that good of a bridge. I could build like a speed landy and use that as my bridge for now. I don't think I have the gear to do it though. Because if I were to draft like a cleave draft with like Peira Iceria, I do not own Ida. I haven't pulled an Ida in order to have that like bridge. So it's really hard for me to play that aggressive cleave style, even though I kind of want to at some point. I would like to try that out. I really would like to get Ida. I also would like to get Alencia. I think those two units are really good at the current meta. They go. I'm confused. Well, I was like looking at their draft, I was very confused. They, the RB Opsig. That is a very unusual pairing. So I decided to tank down because, if they're gonna try to cleave me, they're going to have to work pretty hard to do so, right? That's kind of my idea. I feel like Little Queen would have been really good here, but I don't own Little Queen Charlotte, so I couldn't pick her. But I feel like she would have been a good pick here, but I don't own her, so there's that. I also would have to draft another attack up if I was going to do that. If I was going to go for that. And I don't have like a Amelia build. That would have been like a better attack up for a Little Queen. I decided to draft Riolet here because, I wanted to, get him in there. Even though he's not really the tankiest Riolet, I was just like, let's hope for the best, right? And when you guys do look at my unit's gear and build, let me know what you think about my Riolet's build. I think I should... He has a lot of defense, but not enough HP. But I could sacrifice a lot of the defense for higher HP. I don't know. I'm trying to decide what would be better. I tried to go for like an equal amount of defense and HP, but I feel like it's not enough HP. So I might just do away with either the defense or the speed, and then give him a lot more HP. Like I really think he needs more HP. I think he has like 11k HP in his build. So things like this, when he doesn't evade, well, I guess this is an Op 6, so it doesn't do that much damage, but it is still frustrating to see. Now, here's where I think they made a mistake. The RB Gabs here, right? And he doesn't decide to S3. And I think it was because he didn't want to push up the APOC, but I think he should have just did it. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You don't want to push up the APOC, but also, like, you weren't killing with an S1. Also, here's another moment of my Riolet just not invading. It's just, which is kind of expected. He didn't have the evasion buff, so I can't be too mad at him not evading there. But at this point, the match is basically over, right? There's no way a Arby and a Judge Kisei can duo kill a APOC Robbie. There's no way. They're just going to be healing the APOC, right? I think APOC was the must ban for them, and they should have just hoped that my acid was bad or just not fast. You know what I mean? I think they could have dealt with an acid since they have RB. They could have easily broken him out of stealth, right? There's a lot they could have done. But we got to see the artifact worked, right? My Riolet, he countered attack. That's pretty nice. But yeah, it's over. This match was actually really entertaining for me personally. I love control comps. I love heavy debuffing teams that just make it so that the person literally cannot do anything. So I wasn't initially gonna draft like this, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna full send it. Let's try to go for control comp. And I think I was thinking about picking Peira, but then I was like, what if she's not fast enough? So I wanted to start off with something safer, just in case, you know? So I go with Mediator, because, he's a safe pick. I could get the cleanse anybody for the attack down, so kind of like my idea. And do I pick Peira? I actually don't know who I pick. Oh, I think I picked Politis. I'm pretty sure I picked Politis in this slot, just to be annoying. Now, ideally, if I was going for a cleave setup, I think I would have picked APOC Politis or oh, APOC is banned. I couldn't have done that. I think that's why I was a little confused. They pick Amelia, so I'm assuming they're gonna ban Politis, and I just want to essentially make it so they don't ban Politis. Is kind of what my goal. I was like, okay, I don't want them to ban it, so I decided this is the time. This is the time to try to play more aggressive, or even just go to straight up cleave, which I just go into Peira and Iceria. I just lock it in. I say, let's go, let's get it. Now the issue with this is that, again, I don't have the bridge, right? The Ida. The Ida I don't have, which is kind of what I need. So my next best option, since I don't have a bridge, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I should just pick Solitaria. Because if I could get Iceria on the board, then I can deal with the Violet. That was kind of my thought process. I was going to pick Sinya. I was thinking about Sinya. I think she was also a good pick. She would have worked. I would have just had to ban the Huayang, and I would have definitely been able to deal with the Rim Violet with Sinya. I was thinking about banning Huayang, and then I was like, I think the Rim's going to be my biggest issue, because if I do get the first turn, I can't just bomb everybody, right? That was kind of my thought process. I think they also realized that, and they got rid of Iceria, so it does look like a low damage team, right? It does very much seem that way, but little did you know, I have Abyssal Crown on Politis. I'm ready to stun with do all the stuns with Solitaria, right? There's a lot that I was, prepared for. I was like, I'm going to control this draft, right? I'm going to control this team. That was my saving grace because In all honesty, when this match first started, I was like, I do not know how I'm going to win this, but we will see how things unfold because I had a blast. With all the RNG that was on my side in this match, I thought it was a lot fun for me. Definitely not fun for them. They definitely were not enjoying it whatsoever. So Celia's does her thing, which I didn't think I think the correct response would have been to just go into politics. I don't know why she didn't just go into politics. They should have just S1 politics. In either of those instances, they could have put Vigor buff up and S1 the politics, right? If Huayang hits my politics, she has 8k HP, right? If Huayang hit my politics, she's dead. One hit on my politics, she is in fact dead. I think that's how they lost it. And now it's time for Stun Central, right? And Amelia has to, waste a turn. Cleansing, which I also thought was weird. I was like, why cleanse the whole team? Just S to the Politis. Not the Politis, the Huayang, and kill my Politis. Like, that's all you have to do. There was just a lot of mistakes on their part, right? There were so many instances where they could have just killed Politis and they just choose not to. And just take this as a learning experience. If you see somebody who has 1 DPS, just kill that 1 DPS. That's it. That's all you have to do. There's no way. Well, I guess there is a way a Solitaria Meteor. No, there's not. There's no way a Solitaria Meteor and well, I guess because my Solitaria's on that one artifact. I guess there's a way, but not really. I wouldn't really say so. And see, now the Torrent order is kind of messed up here, right? Maybe that was the issue. Maybe my Politis would have made it so that they didn't actually get the full CR boost to go in front of my Solitaria, and that's why they just went for the S3. Maybe I'm the dumb one here. That's like the only reason I could think of, but I feel like and here we go, everybody's done. At this point, if I was on the enemy team here, I would have just gave up. I would have just like seeing everybody get stunned, seeing my Soul Weaver get stunned, I would have just been tilted, and I would have been like, okay, it's over for me, right? Like that's kind of how I would have thought. But I wonder if my Solitaria could have soloed. I mean, I'm on Fairy Tale Nightmare, but my Fairy Tale Nightmare isn't plus 30, so it doesn't. I don't really think so. I don't really think Solitaria could have done that. Yeah, now it's kind of just over. That was kind of a waste. He definitely shouldn't have killed Peira. Peira would have died no matter what. To make matters worse, I get a dual attack, right? Just to tilt them even more than how they already probably are tilted. And at this point, the match is over. Solitaire's on the board. Violet has no way to actually get resets on his S3, so he's kind of it's kind of done for. I just focused down the Amelia just to get rid of any cleansing, healing, or anything of that sort. But they're still, I mean, they're still hanging in there. They've missed on Politis every single time. I think if the Violet would have hit Politis once, she would have died. Like, she has 8k HP. Like, she most likely would have died. So yeah, that is the control draft for ya. Alright, for our last match of this video, this was a match in which RNG, yet again, just was not on the opponent's side. I'm pretty sure this match, we won based off of living at a very low amount of HP. It was like a bunch of like unfortunate things that took place that kind of won us the match. So they decided to go into Adventure Ross, which is fine. I mean, it's a really good safe pick, early pick. So I just pick Hwai Young. I never pick Hwai Young early. It's not really my thing to do, but I decided to just go for it. Why not? Let's pick the Hwai Young. And then they pick Wanderer's Silk, which I was like, okay, are they going to try to cleave me now? I was very confused. I was like, oh, okay. Interesting, interesting.
You want to try me?
And then they go for Spectre, which is also a decent pick. So Bellion's open. I feel like if they are going to cleave me or try to cleave me, I think Bellion is a really good pick here. Especially because they have Spectre, so they don't have access to books. It's very safe. You know, they kind of have to like change how they're going to cleave me if they're going to cleave me. And then I decided, let's get a little crazy. And by that, I mean, I decide to pick Peira for some unknown reason. I don't know why I decided to go for that. It did end up working out, but I definitely don't think it was a smart pick. Right, because especially because it leaves the door open to DJB. It would have been a better last pick if I was going to pick it. But I guess they only have 2 picks left. I can easily ban DJB, right? That's kind of like a... They have to pick another must-ban unit. And Violet, in my opinion, was not that. Like, I just don't think Violet was that. So, did I pick Solitaria here? I think I do. Because of the fact that I don't think Violet was... oh no, I picked Riolet. I decided to just go RNG. Like, I decided to go YOLO. They banned Hwai Young, which makes sense, I guess. I guess they were thinking that I was going to get rid of Spec 10A. The Wanderer Silk did outspeed me. At the point of recording this, my Peira's gear was not reforged. I actually think, I'm pretty sure, I didn't catch that. I think that Wanderer Silk outsped me by a decent amount. Like a lot. They tried to debuff my Diane, which I thought was weird. They should have definitely went on to Peira. They definitely kind of messed up there, because my Diane, she's built with a lot more ER. She isn't super fast because she is built with ER a decent amount. So yeah, it was not really, I don't think it was the best move for that. I was doing the math to try to figure out if my Riolet will take the turn. And he does, so I was like, let me go ahead and push him up. And basically at this point, they have to focus in on Bellion, which is a very dangerous thing to do, only because of the fact that, you know, if Bellion is on counter set, it's like dangerous, but also you have to deal with the Elbrus. But yeah, they kind of just have to just focus in, which is very hard to do due to the fact that I don't think they have enough damage per se. I guess Violet, but even then, if I do hit Violet, it will kind of mess them up. And I did hit him, but he 15%ed, so sucks to suck, I guess.
Look at my sword, not my face.
And at this point, I feel like their only win con was one-shotting the belly in there, which was not going to happen. So it kind of just... The match was basically over. Right, there was very little they could really do. I just had to knock out people little by little.
Fear is how others control over here.
My Diane decides she wants to dual attack, get a little bit of action in. Good for you, girl. Oh, and Riolet decides to dual attack. Riolet misses crit. By the way, I'm pretty sure he has 97% crit rate. You can check that in the end of the video, the gear stats. And then I could just start soul burning and killing everybody. That was kind of... I hit Violet, which I think their Violet just needed to invade more to do something, but even then, with the injury stacking, it's like you're gonna have a hard time. And then we just have the cleansing and barriers, right? It's just it's just really so much damage mitigation with Peira as well. It's like it's really hard to burst through this team. Like they haven't even touched my Remnant Violet yet. It's yeah. It's a very concerning moment.
As if you have 9 lives.
So in this moment, I'm like, well, I guess I have to hit the Violet, which, you know, here we are, both invading, thankfully. But Spectre dying, it's basically over, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's basically over now. But that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.